7, 6, 5, 4.
Good morning, and thank you for tuning into LTCC Sports. It's Thursday morning, and I'm John Fernaro. Our top story today is Super Bowl 49. This past Sunday, the Seattle Seahawks faced the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 49. A game with multiple lead changes ended with Tom Brady and the Patriots clinching a 28-24 victory thanks to a Super Bowl clinching interception at the goal line with 26 seconds left. Tom Brady was named Super Bowl MVP for the third time in his fourth Super Bowl victory. Here's Tom Brady speaking about his legacy with Trey Wingo of ESPN after the game.
I mean, I could never have imagined, to win one Super Bowl and play as long as I played and had the success. And I just had so many great teammates, so many great players, coaches, the support and love of my family and friends, and it means a lot.
With every winner comes a loser, and the Seattle Seahawks missed out on a chance to become the first back-to-back Super Bowl champions in 10 years. An almost impossible acrobatic 35-yard reception from Jermaine Kearse put the Seahawks on the 5-yard line with a minute left in the game. 2 plays later, Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll made what will be one of the most scrutinized play calls in the history of football after passing the ball on the 1-yard line with their hard-nosed running back Marshawn Lynch standing still in the backfield. Here's Pete Carroll after the game talking to reporters.
They busted their tails. They did everything they needed to do to put us in position, and unfortunately, it didn't work out right. And it's a very, very hard lesson. I hate to learn the hard way, but there's no other way to look at it right now.
Was it the worst play call in NFL history? Possibly the worst play call in the history of sports? The game was Seattle's for the taking. 26 seconds remained. All the Seahawks had to do was hand the ball to the man they call beast mode, Marshawn Lynch. Lynch, known for his bashing, hard-nosed style of football, would have had no problem gaining the 1 yard that prevented the Seahawks from being our first back-to-back champion in a decade. Instead, Pete Carroll decided to call a bizarre slant pass to Ricardo Lockett. That is when undrafted rookie from West Alabama, Malcolm Butler, jumped the pass, thus clinching the 4th ring for the dynamic duo of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. The night before the Super Bowl, the NFL paid homage to their players with an Oscar-like award show honoring them with a variety of awards such as MVP. That prestigious MVP honor was given to Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers for the second time in his career after throwing for over 4,000 yards and 38 touchdowns. DeMarco Murray and J.J. Watt were also honored as Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year, respectively. Browns wide receiver Josh Gordon, known for more of his off-the-field issues, received a ban from the National Football League that is a minimum of 1 year for violating the league's substance abuse policy. This is Gordon's 3rd suspension after he missed the first 2 games of 2013, 10 games last year in 2014, and now at least a year in 2015. Gordon's teammate Johnny Manziel checked himself into a rehab facility just the day before. The quarterback nicknamed Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel, voluntarily checked himself into a rehabilitation treatment center a few days prior to the Super Bowl. Manziel's family advisor, Brad Beckworth, released a statement on behalf of Manziel in which it states he sees this offseason as a chance to become a better family member, teammate, and a friend. The Atlanta Falcons, the last team to have not named a head coach prior to the Super Bowl, have found their man. Dan Quinn, the former defensive coordinator for the back-to-back NFC champion Seattle Seahawks, inked a 5-year deal with the Falcons to become their next head coach. Quinn walks into a situation where his offensive coordinator is already in place in Kyle Shanahan and Richard Smith leading his defense. Quinn will look to fix a broken defense, one in which led the NFL in most yards given up at 398. Arguably the greatest goaltender of all ever play in the NHL has officially hung up his skates for the last time. Martin Brodeur leaves behind his skates to become a senior advisor for the St. Louis Blues, the only other team Brodeur played for in his illustrious 21-year career. The former New Jersey Devil great won 3 Stanley Cup trophies with the Devils, as well as winning 4 Vezina trophies. Brodeur's new job will have him traveling with the team on a daily basis and interacting with coaches and players. The Blues front office feels lucky enough to have someone as great as Brodeur in their corner. Stay tuned because we have some pretty exciting stuff for you when we get back, including what Russell Wilson plans to do with his offseason. Welcome back, and thank you for tuning into LTCC Sports with John Fernaro. Our top story now is how Russell Wilson plans to get over the agonizing Super Bowl defeat that took place just days ago. Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson will be reporting back to the Texas Rangers spring training again this year. Wilson was selected in the Rule 5 draft and is expected to be in camp with the Rangers soon. Last year, Wilson hit a poor .229 with 15 stolen bases in 61 total games. Lance Armstrong is in the news once again after the former cycling champion struck two parked cars as he drove home from a long night out in Aspen, Colorado in December. Armstrong's girlfriend, Anna Hansen, had initially taken the blame and was set to be charged with 2 misdemeanors, including duty to report the accident and exceeding safe speed for conditions. That is until Hansen decided to come clean to police and truthfully told police it was in fact Armstrong who was driving the SUV responsible for the accidents. This is yet another embarrassing story for one of the most inspiring and revered athletes of our generation. One of the better teams in the NBA is going to be without one of their best players for an extended period of time. Dwight Howard of the Houston Rockets is expected to miss at least a month due to persistent knee trouble in his right knee. MVP candidate James Harden will surely have a lot more weight on his shoulders. However, the Rockets believe they'll have their defensive anchor back and ready and healthy for the postseason. And that's going to do it for our show. I'm John Fernaro, and thank you for tuning in to LTCC Sports. See you next week.